Peru is without a president. Two leaders have been forced out of office in under a week's time. One was accused of corruption, the other of a brutal police crackdown. There are massive anti-establishment protests on the streets, plus a coronavirus outbreak that is worsening by the day. So how will Peru navigate this crisis? What lies ahead? What does the race for the next president look like? Here's a detailed report.
There is an uneasy calm in Peru's capital. The country is awaiting a crucial decision. Who will be the next president? Peru's interim leader Manuel Merino stepped down on Monday. His resignation followed a weekend of violent protests.
En este momento, donde el país atraviesa una de las más grandes crisis políticas.
At this moment, when the country is going through one of its greatest political crises, I want to announce to all of the country that I present my irrevocable resignation of the post of the presidency of the Republic. I call for the peace and unity of all Peruvians. My commitment is to Peru.
Y la unidad de todos los peruanos. Mi compromiso es con el Perú.
Merino was in office for less than a week. As the head of Congress, he led impeachment proceedings against former President Martin Vizcarra. Once Vizcarra was out, Merino was next in line for the presidency. But his ascent was met with massive protests. The biggest demonstrations Peru has seen in decades. The protests were mostly peaceful, but over the weekend, the police began a brutal crackdown. Two killed, 112 injured, and more than 40 missing. The crackdown shifted public mood against Merino. The Congress wanted him out. Lawmakers asked him to step down or face impeachment. Merino chose the former. His resignation set off celebrations in Lima. People were out in large numbers, waving the national flag and chanting slogans for change.
We demand tranquility. We demand transparency. We want justice to our people. As for the resignation, there's no love lost.
Martin Vizcarra is hoping to cash in on this political crisis. The former president remains extremely popular, despite serious charges of corruption. He wants a constitutional court to reverse his impeachment. So what happens next in Peru? The current presidential term expires in July next year. Elections are due in April 2021, which means the Congress will once again decide who will be president. The frontrunner is leftist politician Rosia Silva Santisteban. In the first round of voting, she failed to garner enough support. A second round is expected soon. But here's the problem. The Congress is repeating last week's mistake, appointing a president without consulting the people. In Merino's case, protesters described it as an illegal parliamentary coup. These demonstrations are against the entire system. And the Congress is very much at the center of it.
We are not in agreement with all that has happened. We don't want impunity for these Congress members. Let them pay for what they have done. And to the coming generations, remember this and vote. This is what is happening in Peru.
For Peru, political instability is nothing new. Merino was the third president to be forced out of office in as many years. But the timing could not have been worse. Peru is battling a surge in coronavirus infections. It is also bracing for the largest economic contraction in a century. A leadership vacuum is the last thing it needs. Bureau Report, WION World is One.